Hi guys, Coach Dennis Forbes coming to you from outside the box. This is the first of a three-part series on dealing with failure and how do we not let it define who we are. All right, let's take a look at the definition of failure. It's a lack of success, defeat, and omission of expected required actions. Now here's the key. Expected actions. See, this is where the root of failure comes from. Unrealistic expectations. Simpler said, an unrealistic bar of success. This is where failure comes from. So let me bring this bar down to earth for you. Let me show you just how real the bar of baseball is. In 1941, Ted Williams was playing with the Boston Red Sox. Going into the last doubleheader of the season, Ted was batting .399. Now, he could have chose to sit out that doubleheader and they would have rounded up his batting average and he would have ended the season with a .400 season average. Not Ted Williams. He wasn't going to have anything handed to him. He was going to earn it, so he decided to play in that doubleheader. 8 at-bats, Ted Williams had 6 hits. He went 6 for 8 to finish the season with a 406 batting average. 3rd all-time season record. 76 years ago, Ted Williams was the last man to hit 400. George Brett in 1980 was the closest that's ever come to hitting 400. In 1980, he hit 390. This year, Jose Altuve led the major leagues with a .346 batting average. Okay. Ted Williams failed 60% of the time. And it has been 76 years and counting that no one has been able to match or meet that bar. That's how hard our game is. Altuve this season failed 65% of the time when he went to hit. And he was the best in all of baseball. You see, the most basic fabric, DNA of the game of baseball is this. You are going to fail more times than you succeed. That's a fact. Non-negotiable. So let's go back and take a look at these unrealistic expectations that the players have. I see it on a day in and day out basis. The kids really do believe every time they swing the bat, they're supposed to hit the ball. They're going to hit the ball. Unrealistic? Absolutely. Yet, they believe it. They believe that every single time they hit it, not only are they going to hit it, they're going to get rewarded with a single, double, triple home run. They believe that they can hit a round ball with a round bat, square, we say that in the game, pure, every single time. And when they don't, what comes out of them? Failure. How did this get in them? How did these unrealistic expectations come in? See, because kids only learn by what they see, what they hear, what they're taught. Those seeds have been planted by coaches, parents. Now, parents and coaches, here's what has to change with us. You have an unrealistic bar of success that your player can never measure up to. Okay? Let's get real. I'm sure you've heard at a ball field, at a game, come on, you can't hit him? What's the matter with you? You're better than that. Every pitch out of a pitcher's hand needs to be a strike. Come on, Jimmy, just throw a strike. As if Jimmy was honestly trying to fail and throw balls. Every pop-up has to be caught. And here's my personal favorite. That's a routine ground ball, and I have to have that out. Now, these are just some examples of those seeds that have been planted in the players, and the parents and the coaches simply have an unrealistic idea, perception of success. Remember, 76 years, and it's still, the clock is going. No one has hit 400. Okay. How do we start to change this? It's simple. We have to change the perspective, the view of failing. We got to change it in players. We got to change it in coaches. We got to change it in parents. We have to understand this. Now, time out. Before I start talking about failing, I want to make it 100% clear. You have to have a foundation of fundamentals and technique and knowledge. You have to know the why and the how. That is a must. But that's not enough. We need to change the perspective of what failing is in our players, in our coaches, and yes, even in parents. We need to understand just how hard our game is. The best in the world at the major league level, 76 years and no one has hit 400. Come on now, see this with me. Just what if we could change the perception of failing and understand and start teaching that it's part of the game. It is the DNA of baseball. Failing was built in from the conception of this great game. What if we can start to give our kids the idea that failing is part of the formula to success. You got to do it. It has to be there if you want to succeed. And lastly, in my first video, I said something was missing when people came to me and asked me, Coach D, he's doing everything. He's working. He's doing the drills. He's doing everything. His work ethic is flawless. And I said, I always gave patented answers. This, I truly believe with every ounce of my being. Failing is the missing piece to completing the puzzle for that player. Make them know that it's part of the game. Make them know that it's part of the formula. And make them know that failing has to be there to complete the player. That's the first step to not letting failure define who we are. Now, Winston Churchill said, success is never final. Failure is never fatal. Courage is all that counts. What a great saying. What if we can really make that part of our walk, our belief? I like to say this. Let's give our players the courage to be willing to swing and miss in order to hit that home run. Stay tuned for the second part of the series. Please follow me on Facebook at Forbes Fire Baseball Academy. Like and share this, please. I'd like to thank everyone that's taken the time to listen to my messages. My name's Dennis Forbes. God bless you.